Hey everyone, it's Nico, and welcome to episode 2 of Hidden Indies. This is an ongoing series where I look at games that haven't quite reached a larger audience, so I'm hoping to try and expand their audience a little bit and maybe put a new set of eyes on these games. All of the games in this video are available only on Steam at the time of recording, but I would imagine that some of these will probably get console ports later down the road, especially our first game that we're starting off with, which is Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom. Now, this might look like a driving game, but it's actually an arcade platformer that plays similar to like that Nintendo 64 era collectathon, like Mario 64 and Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, games like that. There's tons of different things you can collect through its various levels. There's a wide range of environments. You have this kind of unique ability to kind of jump by kind of bouncing on the roof of your car. It's really weird. This is like a really wacky and trippy game, but it's actually a lot of fun. It's just really hard for me to kind of describe it because of how kind of weird it is. I've never really played a game with its kind of platforming mechanics. And at first, I think it's a little awkward to get used to because you're used to platformers where you can just jump. And in this one, that's not the case. In this one, like I said, you can bounce off the roof of your car. And since you're driving a car, it's a lot faster than just like running with a character, whether it be Sonic or Mario or whoever. It's very weird and takes like a little bit of an adjustment period. But once you get playing and you get the hang of it, it really is a lot of fun. So I really hope this one comes to consoles because it's a blast to play. There's so much to unlock. There's hats you can earn too. There's a decent story and a lot of comedy. It's a really fun one. So this was Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom, and like with all the games on this list, there will be links in the description. So check this one out. Our next game is Descent Vector Space Runner, which this one reminded me of, I want to say it might be, man, I'm trying to think. I think Bayonetta had some sequences like this, but I'm pretty sure there's other games that have like these falling sequences where you're kind of dodging debris. This is technically kind of like a endless runner game. It does have a campaign that you can play through, and the levels in the campaign mode have a start and an end, but there's also an endless mode with leaderboards and stuff you could post your scores to, so that's pretty neat. And pretty much the majority of the game, you're just in this pod, it's set in space, and you're just falling from the sky, basically. And like I said, if you're playing the campaign mode, there's eventually like an end where you'll land the pod, but the endless mode, you'll just keep going. And so you're falling and you're just trying to dodge all these different obstacles and things that are kind of coming at the screen as you're falling. And there's a few different power-ups, like you could replenish some of your health. There's a phase shift one that'll let you like go through obstacles for a brief time. And then there's one other one. And it's pretty cool to see some of the effects when you do make a mistake and you blow up by hitting something, or maybe there's like a satellite dish or something and you crash through it. It has some really nice graphical effects. This is one that probably won't be for everybody. You have to kind of, enjoy this style of game. I don't, but I definitely had fun with this one. It's fun. It's real simple. You just basically move in the pod and all that. But I don't know, it's one of those games that is pretty fun to play in short bursts and small doses. So if this one looked appealing to you, I definitely recommend this as a runner. So yeah, this was Descent Vector Space Runner, and this is available on Steam. And again, link in the description below if you want to check this one out. third game up on our list for today is called Bug and Seek. And this one kind of has a very, very cozy vibe. There's no combat or anything like that. There's a lot of different things you can do, but a lot of the game stems around earning money. You're searching for bugs and you're collecting, and you can customize your own insectarium, and you're trying to unravel a story of the great bug heist. It's a cozy, relaxing game. It cycles from day to night. The bugs are dependent on what time of day it is. Some will show up at night. Some will show up during the day. There's different seasons. There's a bunch of quests. There's shops. A lot of customization you can do. There's a museum that you can put your favorite bugs into. As you collect different bugs and fill out your log, you'll kind of like improve your skills for the different bug types. And this allows you to find even more rare bugs, and then you can earn more money. And there's different parts of this area, this town, that you can expand out when you earn enough money and you complete these quests. And then there's more biomes to explore. You know, just the different biomes and the different seasons and the day and the night cycle, all the different NPCs. There's a surprising amount of content for a game that on the surface seems pretty simple. I'm again not the best person to probably explain a game like this. I've never really played a game like this. Just like with the previous title, I don't really play a lot of space runners or runners in general. I don't really play a whole ton of cozy games, but this one I really enjoy, and I'm pretty sure this one is getting a Nintendo Switch port sometime in the near future. But this one is continuing to, get updates, and I think it's really found like a small but very positive audience that the developers are listening to. So this is a game that's still improving and is definitely worth playing if you want something just really chill. And again, you just collect and customize and complete quests. And if you don't mind that kind of gameplay loop, this one's definitely worth your time. So this was Bug and Seek. Now, our fourth and our final game on this list is not quite a demo, but it's also not exactly a full game either. This is the prologue for World's Worst Handyman, and World's Worst Handyman will be releasing fully in September. But what's great about this one is you could play this right now. It costs you absolutely nothing. There's about 2.5, almost 3 full levels you can play, but you can also interact with the hub area, which is a crucial component of the game, and kind of get a feel for that. And there's enough content here that you'll get a good feel for this game, and if you'll enjoy it enough to pick up the full release in September when World's Worst Handyman comes out. So if you're not familiar with this game, you play as Doug, and he's trying to save the animal shelter by taking on handyman jobs. But the problem is that Doug is the world's worst handyman. So you will bungle your way through various different levels. It's kind of a stealth game, so you're trying to avoid, like an old granny on the first 2 levels, for example. And then there's some more angry homeowners that will chase you throughout some of the other levels. But you'll complete these jobs. You have different tasks. There's these little like sub weapons you'll have that you can use to buy yourself some time, like a banana peel. You can trip old granny, or stuff like that, a time clock. And there's various of these little power-ups you can collect to help you. You will stealth your way around these different levels. There's some golden nut collectibles, which will earn you unlocks in the hub area. There's hidden animals. There's keys that you need to open certain doors. It's a humorous and really fun game. It's one of those games that's probably just as fun to watch as it is to play because of just how kind of comical and colorful it is. It's got great music. I really love the graphical style. This is one I can't possibly recommend enough, especially since, again, this one costs you absolutely nothing. Not quite a demo, but also not quite a full game. So this one's kind of a bonus on our list for today, but worth checking out. There's a link in the description, and if you do play this one or you did like what you saw of me playing it, make sure to wishlist the full game so that you'll be aware of when it launches in September of 2024. I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you enjoy these hidden indies. These aren't intended to be like hidden gems videos necessarily. I do try to focus on games that I feel are fun and that need to find a bigger audience or deserve to find a bigger audience. So that's really my goal with this series. Hopefully more people watch. My first episode wasn't really viewed that well, and it had, some titles that should have drawn some eyes to it. This one is a little bit more niche games, and I can understand, people not necessarily wanting to watch a video like this, but I feel like doing videos like this is very important because a lot of indie games are really hard to discover, and especially when they don't even have 10 reviews on Steam, for example, which is the case for a lot of games that I get sent to me. I've been getting a lot of emails lately from solo developers, and until they get 10 reviews on Steam, it's pretty hard to find those games. So even if you have no interest in maybe a particular style of game, but if it looked interesting, even wishlisting does help these developers out. It's a lot of different metrics on Steam. So wish lists, obviously purchases, reviews are super important. So if you do pick up any of these games, or maybe you've already played them, just take a few minutes, leave an honest review on Steam, because 10 reviews, like I said, is super important. But thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If there's a game you feel is kind of like a hidden gem or a hidden indie that's on, Steam, Xbox, Switch, whatever, make sure to post it below. Let me know so maybe I could feature it in a future episode. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.